You might know Andrew Wiggins for big swings like this. The sophomore is making a name for himself in the Indiana outfield. When Wiggins isn't blasting baseballs into orbit, you might find him playing the saxophone, a hobby that runs in his family.
My mom was really big into music, so I've always been hanging out with her. She would drop me off at school, listening to music, so I was like, I wanted to play, got in a band, and heard the saxophone actually through my mom, and I told my band director, hey, I want to play saxophone. She was like, all right, let's do it.
He once even combined the two, playing the national anthem before the city championship game while he was at Heritage Christian High School in Indianapolis.
I did well. I was actually starting pitching that day, and I went from playing the saxophone right to the mound and warming up. So,
from Northeast Indy to Bloomington, baseball and music remain connected. For Wiggins, who is majoring in sport marketing and management while minoring in music, it's an escape.
That's one of the first things you always tell guys is you have to have a hobby. It needs to be a healthy hobby, right? Something that's like mentally and physically healthy, and that can take you away from here and kind of get a break. I like to hunt and fish, and he likes to play instruments, but as long as we got something else that we can do besides baseball, that keeps us healthy.
It's actually like my number one escape, like just going in and playing, whether it's the garage, my dorm room, my apartment, somewhere I can play. It's always just a release of emotions, I get to express myself.
Take it from me, a washed-up saxophonist and has-been baseball player. He's the real deal at both. And Wiggins didn't play much last season, but he worked hard behind the scenes, and that work, much like his work on the saxophone, has paid off. These days, you can usually find him at the top of Indiana's lineup.
It just looked like showing up every single day to do my job. I knew, my time is not really playing yet, so I was like, let me use this time to get better, and that's what I did. I took everything seriously and just waited for my time, and this year, I've got to shine a little bit, so just keep on doing what I've been doing.
For the Hoosier Network, I'm Nick Rodecap.
Back here at Bart Kaufman Field alongside Ian Plaskoff, Nick Rodecap with you. It's Caden Aoki on the mound for USC this evening. Their usual Saturday starter having his outing pushed up by a day. Because we're playing a doubleheader on Friday, and there will be no game on Sunday, with the weather as nice as it is, mid-70s and a slight breeze blowing straight out. Ian Plaskoff, I don't see why not. So Andrew Wiggins will be the first to face the USC right-hander. Wiggins digging in from the left side, playing right field this evening, and he hits the first pitch he sees hard down the left field line. It is over the wall on a bounce, a ground rule double to start the bottom of the first. USC had that one-out double. They stranded at second base. The Hoosiers will try to capitalize on Wiggins' leadoff two-bagger. And digging in, the left fielder, Devin Taylor.
Just a couple inches past the outstretched glove of Takeuchi out in left, took a short hop over the short wall out in left, and Andrew Wiggins' past two swings have been an opposite field home run and an opposite field double.
And now Devin Taylor digging in, hitting at a .365 clip a month into the season, and he's not even the best hitter in Indiana's lineup, which tells you how dangerous this offense can be. Aoki from the stretch. Taylor hits it hard but foul into the Indiana dugout.
And having Corbin Dickerson in this lineup makes you pitch to Devin Taylor. And that's been the story of the year so far, as Taylor hasn't been pitched around nearly as much. He's gotten good pitches to hit, and then Corbin Dickerson's been able to drive everybody in throughout the course of the season.
Dickerson waiting on deck here. Aoki, the right-hander, comes home. Taylor takes a strike, a nice off-speed pitch from Aoki to the left-handed hitting Indiana slugger. Caden Aoki this season transferred from Notre Dame a couple years back. He's become USC's Saturday starter, and he's done very well in that role. The 0-2 to Taylor, swung on and chopped foul to the right side, barehanded by the first base coach, Zach Weatherford. Aoki has already been named Big Ten Pitcher of the Week once this season, pitched against number 14 Vanderbilt through 7 shutout innings and struck out a career-high 10 batters. That was 4 weeks ago tomorrow, March 1st. Wiggins out at second. Nobody out. Scoreless game. Bottom first. And the 0-2 is a changeup that misses outside to Taylor. Aoki's extremely efficient on the mound. 15 strikeouts per walk, which is top 5 in the NCAA. He doesn't allow a lot of base runners either. A whip of 1 entering today, which is among the top 10 pitchers in the Big Ten. Inside move, but nobody's there to cover second, and the shortstop, Grudzielanek, has to snare it on a hop. Wiggins is safe.
That was an impressive play. If you make that move where you lift your leg up and you turn around, you have to throw the ball. There was nobody on the bag, and Grudzielanek made a nice sliding play to prevent that ball from going into center.
1-2 count to Taylor. Wiggins on at second after the leadoff opposite field double. Scoreless game, bottom of the first, nobody away. Aoki comes home. Taylor just gets a piece of a backdoor slider, and he'll stay alive. And he really had to wait on that one.
These breaking balls have a lot of movement to them, and they take a while to get to the plate. Lots of vertical drop and mixing it in with the fastball. That's what makes Aoki so good.
Aoki pitched well against Nebraska last weekend as well. 6 1/3, allowed 4 runs on 5 hits, and as usual for him, did not walk anybody. He's ready here. Another 1-2. Taylor takes up and in. It gets to the backstop, and Wiggins will get third on the wild pitch. Taylor had to do a little limbo to avoid getting hit.
Well, that's the first time we've seen Aoki lose his command a little bit. Every miss that he's had has been relatively close to the zone. Fastball missed up and in at head level to Devin Taylor, and the count's even 2-2. I'd expect him to go back to the breaking ball here.
You've seen Taylor just have to sort of spoil that a couple of times in this at-bat, but he's worked it back even. Wiggins now at third, nobody away, bottom of the first. We're scoreless for now. The 2-2 to Taylor. A check swing on a pitch in the dirt. He went around, and Taylor is gone on strikes. That's a big first out for Aoki because it doesn't give Wiggins a chance to score.
That's right. There's still one out on the board, so a ball put in play, even if it's out, could score him, but getting Devin Taylor out is no easy task, and doing it with nobody out and a runner on third, even more impressive, but it does not get easier.
So we got Corbin Dickerson hitting behind Devin Taylor, and if you saw D1 Baseball's midseason rankings of the top 100 outfielders in college baseball, Devin Taylor was number 2. Corbin Dickerson was number 8 on that list. He takes a high outside fastball for ball 1. And, you know, it's cool if you have 2 guys on the same team on that list. Indiana has 2 guys in the top 10 hitting back-to-back. 1-0 the count on Dickerson. And he chops this one up the middle. It'll score the run. Grudzielanek charges. Only play is to first. He makes it in time. But Indiana takes a 1-0 lead. Andrew Wiggins scores in the RBI groundout. It's 1-0 Hoosiers.
Gale to inbound from the near corner. 16 on the shot clock. Inbound almost stolen by Anthony Leal. He caught the inbound pass but fell out of bounds. Could not tiptoe his way and stay in.
He's upset with something officiating-wise. Maybe he thought he got pushed, but nevertheless, it's still going to be Wolverines basketball.
So Gale inbounding now on the near sideline, 15 on the shot clock. Gale has Golden at the top, and that's where the inbound pass goes. 13 to shoot. Gale at the top, picked up by Galloway. Gale gets a screen from Golden, uses it to drive to the left block. Backing down, Galloway turns around, shoots and misses. Rebound to Umar Ballo. Indiana can take the lead with a 3. They've made 2 of their 2 attempts so far. Galloway between the rings, looking for Ballo on the left elbow. He finds him. Ballo hands off to Tucker. Tucker at the free throw line, fades, fires, knocks it down. And we are all square at 16. An 11-0 run spanning 3 minutes for Indiana. 11-11, make a wish. That's how long we've got until halftime. Trey Donaldson finds Gale. Michigan gone a little bit cold from the floor. Golden at the top. He thought about a 3. Ballo picks him up. He'll pass it up to Reuben Jones at the top. Jones will take the 3 straight on after the Golden screen. It was an open look, and Jones scores to quiet the Indiana crowd a little bit. 19-16, Michigan over Indiana. 10:45 left until the break. Galloway to Ballo at the top. Ballo doesn't like shooting from out there. He wants to give it up. He'll give it to Leal. Leal dribbling right, trying to penetrate. Nice bounce pass underneath to Tucker. Extra pass to Ballo. Double teamed, loses possession. Cheddar intercepted the loose ball, but fell over the baseline in doing so. And Indiana will have the ball out of bounds baseline right with 10 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you mentioned 10 on the clock. They ruled that Cheddar never really got enough possession to reset the shot clock, so the Hoosiers have to be aware of that here.
So Galloway inbounding. He'll lob it into Leal. 8 on the shot clock. Ballo just beyond the free throw line. Hands off to Galloway, who shoots a long 2 from the right edge and scores. Usually people don't like the long 2, but if you make it, it's a little more palatable.
And if you're that open, you just have to take it.
19-18 Indiana. Galloway has his first 2. Wolf picked up by Goody at the top. Wolf gets a Golden screen. To the top he goes. Now Donaldson to the corner. Roddy Gale dribbles to the right block and scores over Umar Ballo with the right hand. That looked way too easy for Roddy Gale. Leal bringing it up. 21-18 Michigan. Teams trading buckets here. Indiana, 3 of their last 3 from the floor. Galloway wants a screen from Ballo. He'll use it to drive right edge. Down into the lane he goes, missing the layup underneath the basket. Rebound batted out to Reuben Jones for Michigan. Jones jogging up the floor on Leal to the free throw line. Kick In the corner, it's Gale, now driving left baseline on Tucker. Gale on the left block, kicks to Golden at the top. He'll shoot a three, misses it, but he was fouled by Ballo on the closeout. Ballo looked like he hit Golden up high, either on the arm or maybe on the chest. Golden has attempted 9 threes, he's made 9 threes, attempted 18 this year. Not a high-volume shooter. I think he may have caught Ballo by surprise.
Yeah, that's the reason. If you're Oumar Ballo, he's not a big enough of a shooting threat to have that type of a closeout where you're just kind of aimlessly jumping at him, and now he gets 3 free throws.
So Golden makes the first one, 22-18. Clock stopped, 9:36 left in this first half. Golden out there with Danny Wolf, Roddy Gale, Reuben Jones, as he makes the second free throw. Trey Donaldson also on the floor for Michigan. Malik Renew will take Anthony Leal's place. So on the floor for Indiana, it will be Bryson Tucker, Oumar Ballo, Trey Galloway, Luke Goody, and Renew.
It's a lineup where, if I'm Michigan, I'm seeing if I can kind of challenge Indiana's ball handling, because this is not their strongest lineup in that regard.
Golden's third and final free throw is flush. He makes all 3, extending the Michigan lead to 6, 24-18, 9.5 left in this first half. Galloway picked up at the timeline by Tucker. Here's Renew back in off the bench. They'll weave it around to Goody, left of center. Guarded by Donaldson, now to Tucker at the top. 15 on the timer. Tucker gets a screen, steps into a right wing mid-range, no good. Rebound tipped off the backboard into the hands of Donaldson. Tucker missing what's usually his best look. Long pass ahead to Vlad Golden and an easy 2 underneath the basket from the right side. Not the first time we've seen a Michigan player sneak in behind this Indiana defense.
5 straight points from Golden, all kind of on Oumar Ballo's watch.
Ballo at the top. Golden guards him, but very loosely because Ballo's not a shooting threat. Galloway dribbling to the right block over a double team, misses the shot, but he was fouled in the act. They'll go to the line for a pair. This has been a game of runs. Michigan, a 7-0 run over the last minute and 12 seconds to extend the lead back out to 8.
I mentioned earlier kind of how this lineup for IU doesn't have much ball handling on the floor. We have not seen Kaden Carlisle yet in today's game. Wondering if that's just straight up coach's decision to not have him playing so far.
Galloway misses the first free throw. It's been a bugaboo for him this season, shooting under 65% from the free throw line, and just not really his forte. You think back to that Maryland game, he missed the front end of a 1-and-1 that, had he made it, probably would have sealed it for Indiana. Second free throw is good, so Galloway goes 1 of 2.
We also haven't seen Miles Rice since the opening kind of segment of this game.
Yeah, Rice has really gone into a slump. He had no points against Purdue. Did score 10 against Wisconsin, but Indiana lost that game by 12. Wolf at the top fires and makes a straight-on 3, and that's the danger of Danny Wolf. He's 7 feet tall, and he can score from the perimeter. It's absurd.
Off the bounce at that.
Shooting over Ballo, he made it look easy. Ballo way out on the left side, 18 on the shot clock. Indiana trying to set something up. Ballo floats one from the left elbow. I don't like that shot. I don't think Mike Woodson would either. He misses it. Michigan's out to 10 with the ball. Running the floor is Danny Wolf, missing off the right side of the backboard with a runner. Goody across the timeline, handing it off to Renew. Indiana slumping a little bit on offense once again. Galloway wants a screen, uses it to dribble to the top, gets another screen from Ballo, and backs out beyond the three-point arc. Renew driving right of center on the much smaller Roddy Gale, picks up a double team. To the top, it's Galloway for a long 3 that misses well short, rebounded by Trey Donaldson. Michigan by 10, under 8 to go. Reuben Jones, right baseline, he gives it up to Vlad Golden. Picked up there by Ballo. Golden dribbles to the right block, now almost all the way out to the free throw line, getting around Ballo, bullies his way into the paint. He's fouled hard as the ball is launched into the row of photographers on the baseline.
It's caught by Tim Garl.
That'll take us to the under 8 timeout. 7:41 left in this first half. Michigan 29, Indiana 19. You're listening to WIUX, your home for Hoosier Sports.